Hey guys, welcome back to another video, and today we will be working the 2011 multiple choice paper. Remember, if this video is for you, please ensure that you're learning, and don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe as we continue to prepare for it. So here goes. Number one states, in scientific notation 170.04 is written as. So remember, with scientific notation, the decimal point must come after the first significant digit. So in this case, the first significant digit is 1. So that means we're moving the decimal point 2 places, and we're moving to the left, and that means our answer is 1.7004 times 10 to the 2. So our answer for number 1 is B. Number 2, what percentage of 340 is 425? So we kind of work it out using percentage change. So 340 is 100%, and we are going to what percentage is 425. So we're going to represent that as x and solve for x. So x is equal to, so we're cross multiplying, so it is 425 multiplied by 100%, and all of that is divided by 340, and we can cancel by saying 20 into 100 goes 5 times, and 20 into 340 goes 17 times. So we're left with x is equal to 425 multiplied by 5, and all of that is divided by 17. But we can further cancel by saying 17 into itself goes 1 time, and 17 into 425 goes 25 time. So therefore we're now left with x is equal to 25 multiplied by 5, and our answer is 125%. So what percentage of 340 is 425? The answer is C, 125%. Number 3, Anne and Betty shared a sum of money in the ratio 2 to 3 respectively, and received $120. What was Betty's share? So there are different ways I can work this question, but I'm going to do it this way by saying, if Anne's share is $120, then what is Betty's share, which is 3, so that is equal to x, and we're going to solve for x by saying x is equal to, when we're cross multiplying, 3 multiplied by 120, and all of that will be divided by 2. And we can say 2 into itself goes 1 time, 2 into 120 goes 60 times, so therefore x is equal to 3 multiplied by 60, and that is equal to 180. So our answer for 3 is C. So Betty's share is $180. You can also look at it where if Anne's share is $120, simple division, find out what amount, how many dollars is attached to one share. So it will be 120 divided by 2 to give you 60, and then you just multiply that 60 by 3 to find out Betty's share. Number 4, 11.1 divided by 0.01 is equal to. So with the divisor, we'll be moving the decimal point 2 places to the right to make it a whole number, so we'll get 1. But if we move the divisor if we move the decimal point in the divisor 2 places, we're also required to move the decimal point in the dividend 2 places as well. So therefore we'll get 1110 divided by 1, and that will equal to 1110, as any number divided by 1 is equal to itself, and that is D. So we're moving right along. So number 5, if 60% of a number is 90, what is the number? So 60% of a number is 90. So what is the number? So the number would represent 100%. The number that we're trying to find, x. So now we're going to cross multiply and make x the subject of the formula, and it becomes 100% multiplied by 90, and all of that is divided by 60%. Guys, remember to practice these working out, as remember you will not have any calculator in the exam, so you need to learn how to write these as best as possible. So x is equal to 9,000 divided by 60, and x is equal to 150. So our answer for 5 is C. So number 6, the exact value of 37.26 divided by 1.8, and all of that is divided by 1000 is. So what we'll do is work it out in parts. So first it will be 37.26 divided by 1.8, and you'll get 20.7, and it is this 20.7 that you will divide by 1000 to get 0.0207, right? So looking at our the question above, you'll move the decimal point one place in the divisor to get 18. So you're turning the divisor into a whole number, and you'll also move the decimal point one place in the dividend, so you'll get 372.6 divided by 18, and when you divide 372.6 by 18, you'll get the same 20.7, and it is the 20.7 that you're dividing by 1000 to get your 0.0207, and therefore for number 6, B is our answer. Number 7, so in bracket we have a half, and it is cube with a negative sign on the outside, which means that we are multiplying, or we're doing the cube of a half, and then the minus sign will remain. So it will be 1, we're pulling it apart, it's 1 multiplied by 1 multiplied by 1, and that will give us 1. So 1 1 1 1 1 1, and then 2 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 2. So I mean, in previous papers you'll see where the 2 will be negative, but in this case I realize there's a bracket and the minus or negative sign is on the outside, and also the cube. So we're pulling it apart, so it is 2 2s 4, and then 2 4s 8. So we're now left with the negative 1 over 8, and therefore for number 7, A is our answer. And we're moving right along. So number 8, the highest common factor of 12, 15, and 60 is. So remember, factors is a number that can divide exactly into another number. So therefore the factors of 12 will be numbers such as 1, 2, 4, 6, and itself 12. So what you need to do is write down the factors of 12, 15, and 60. Factors of 15, 1, 3, 5, 15. So you need to write down the factors and see which one reoccur in each number. So from the set of numbers, you will then choose the highest common. The common factors will be 1 and 3, and obviously the one that is highest of them all is 3. So answer for 8 is B. So number 9, if 3n is an odd number, which of the following is an even number? So in past papers, I've always replaced n with the number 1. So I'm going to now replace n with another number to show you that whichever number you use, your answer will always be the same. So I'm going to use n in this case to be 3. So 3n is an odd number, so 3 times 3 is 9. So 3n is an odd number, and I'm replacing n with 3 for this paper. So I'm using 3 to 3 is 9, right? So that fulfills 3n is an odd number. So the question says, which of the following is an even number? So if I have 3n to be 9, 9 minus 1 is 8. So right there and then we know that A is our answer, but let's check the others. 3n is 9 minus 2, that will give us 7. That is an odd number. 3n plus 2, that is 9 plus 2 to give 11. That is an odd number. And 3n plus 2n, so that's 3 3s 9 plus 2 3s 6, 9 plus 6, you'll get 15, and that is also an odd number. So therefore we know that A is our answer, which is even number. Number 10. What is the least number of plums that can be shared equally among 6, 9, or 12? What is the question asking you for? And the question is asking you, what is LCM, the lowest common multiple, least, lowest, and we're looking for the number of plums that can be shared equally, the multiple among all 6, 9, or 12 children. So you need to write the multiples of 6, multiples of 9, multiples of 12 up to a point and look for the lowest common multiple. And when you do that, you'll realize that the answer is B, which is 36. So remember, multiples come from something easy that we should know from primary school, which is our timetable. So 6, 1, 6. So that's the first multiple. 6 2's 12. 6 3's 18. And so on and so forth. The same thing for 9 and the same thing for 12. And you'll get your multiples. So number 11, which of the following sets is equivalent to A, B, C, D? So a set is equivalent when it contains the same number of elements. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4 elements in the question. So therefore we're looking for an answer that contains 4 elements as well. And the only one that contains 4 elements is C, which is P, Q, R, S. And we're moving nicely along, guys. So number 12, which of the following sets is defined by this expression? So we're saying x is greater than or equal to -2 and x is less than or equal to 4. So we're looking for a range of numbers that will fulfill this inequality where x is first equal to -2, then greater than -2, but whatever range of numbers that we're looking at, it will stop when x is equal to 4, and at the same time x must always be less than 4. So therefore, looking at this range of numbers, the only one that will allow x to be equal to -2 and at the same time equal to 4, and all the numbers that are in between greater than -2 and at the same time less than 4 is D, where the first number is -2. So -2 is equal to 2, and then -1 is greater than -2 and at the same time less than 4. 0 is greater than -2 and at the same time less than 4. 1 is greater than -2 and at the same time less than 4. 3 is greater than -2 and at the same time less than 4, and 4 is greater than -2 and at the same time is equal to 4, and that fulfills the inequality. The other numbers, no other number starts with a -2, so therefore at no point any of the other numbers allow x to be equal to -2. There's some that allow x to be equal to 4, but they don't fulfill the other requirements of the inequality. So our answer for 12 is D. 13. If P is equal to AB, then the number of subsets of P is. So remember, the formula for a subset is where n is the number of elements that we're looking at, and in this case the number of element is 2, which is A and B. So it is 2 raised to the power of 2, and we know that that is saying 2 multiplied by itself 2 times, so it is 2 multiplied by 2, and 2 is 4. So therefore answer for 13 is C, and we're moving nicely along. So 14 said if P equal factors of 6 and Q equal factors of 4, then the shaded region represents. So the shaded region is the intersection, is the point where P and Q intersect, and that means we're looking for numbers or elements that is common between both P and Q, which is common between the factors of 6 and factors of 4. So if we look at the factors of 6, 1, 2, 3, and 6. Factors of 4, 1, 2, and 4. So therefore the elements that are common between both is 1 and 2, and therefore intersection is B, which is 1 and 2. 15, 3/4% of 500 is. So remember, quarter is the same as 0.25. So what we're looking at is 3.25 multiplied by 100. So it is 3.25 expressed as a percentage, which would be 3.25 divided by 100 multiply by 500, and we can cancel the zeros from the 100 with the zeros from the 500, and we will be left with 3.25 multiplied by 5, and that is equal to 16.25. So therefore our answer for 15 is the $16.25. 16. During a sale, a shop allows 20% of the marked price of clothing. What will a customer pay for a dress with a marked price of $30? So what we're looking at is 20% of $30. So it is 20 over 100 multiply by 30. So expressing the 20% as a percentage, so it is 20 over 100 multiplied by 30, and right there, and then we can see we can cancel one of the 0 from the 30 with 100 and the other 0 from the 20 with the remaining 0 from 10, and we are left with 2 multiplied by 3, and that is equal to $6. So the discount that the customer is receiving is $6. So therefore, if the marked price is $30, to get the final price that the customer is paying, it will be $30 minus the discount of $6 to get $24. So therefore, our answer for 16 is C. Moving nicely along. 17. A man bought a car for $200 and sold it for $250. What was his gain as a percentage of the cost price? So what we're looking at is percentage change. So 200, we're using that to equal to 100%, and the 250 to find the X percentage, what the man gained. So we cross multiply to make X the subject, and we get 250 multiplied by 100, and all of that is divided by 200. So therefore X is equal to 250 divided by 2, and that is equal to 125. And we get 250 divided by 2 because I cancelled the zeros from the 200 with the zeros from the 100, and we're left with 250 multiplied by 1, and all of that is divided by 2, and we get 250 divided by 2, and that is equal to 125. Therefore, the profit or the gain as a percentage is equal to the 125% that we just calculated minus the 100%, which would be the initial percentage that was attached to what the man bought the calf for, and we're left with 25% after doing the difference. So therefore, answer for 17 is D. So we're moving nicely along. 18. How much does a customer pay for an article marked at $50 before taxes if a sales tax of 6% is charged? So we're looking at what is 6% of $50. So it is 6 over 100 multiplied by 50, and you will get $3. So therefore, the total price that the man pay would be $50 plus the $3 in tax, and therefore the total price for the item is $53, and our answer for 18 is B. 19. At the end of any year, a car is worth 5% less than what it was worth at the beginning of the year. If a car was bought for $10,000 in January 2009, its value in December 2009 was, so a car initially is therefore 100%. So it brand new, fully come off the lot, 100%. So car brand new, 100%. And the statement says a car is worth 5% less at the end of a year. That means at the end of the year, the car would be worth 95%. It's no longer 100 because we drive it, we scratch it a few times, so therefore the value of it is going down. So it's worth 5% less at the end of any year. So we're looking at $10,000 when the car was bought to equal to 100%. So we're looking for what is the price of the car at the end of a year with it being worth 5% less, which is 95%. So we're going to cross multiply to solve for X. So therefore X is equal to the $10,000 multiply by 95%, and all of that is divided by 100%. And when you do that calculation, you will result in 9,500. So you can cancel both zeros from the 100 with 2 zeros from the 10,000, and you're left with 95 multiplied by 100, and therefore our answer is C, 9,500. So we're moving nicely along, guys. 20. If the simple interest on $800 for 3 years is $54, what is the rate of interest per annum? So we've done simple interest on almost every paper so far, so we know what our formula is. So simple interest is equal to principal times rate times time, and all of that is divided by 100. So in this case, they've given us the simple interest, and what we're solving for is rate. So we're transposing to make rate the subject of the formula, and that would equal to simple interest multiply by 100, and all of that is divided by principal times time. And that is equal to rate. So therefore the simple interest, which was given as $54 multiplied by 100, and all of that is divided by the principal of 800 multiplied by the time of 3 years, is equal to rate. So it is 5,400 divided by 2,400, and that is equal to the rate, and that is 2.25% is equal to rate. And remember, 0.25 is the same as a quarter, so therefore our answer is B, 2.25%. So guys, this is the end of part 1. Thank you for joining us, and do tune in, like, comment, share, and subscribe so that you can keep up to date when part 2 is posted. So we'll see you in a few.